Hello everybody, and welcome to Rosalind's Kitchen again. Those of you who don't know me in my personal life will not know that I've been sick this weekend. I mean really sick, like 102 fever, vomiting, body aches, chills, etc. I'm still not feeling my best. But if I don't use this salmon, which just poured out liquid, it will spoil. So whether I feel like making supper tonight or not, I'm going to, but I may not be my usual self, so forgive me. There for a while, I thought I was turning into a zombie and I was going to have to subsist on brains, and I just didn't know how I would cope. So, tonight's meal is roasted salmon with garlic scallion sauce. It's easy, thank God, and it shouldn't take too long to make. What I need to bring to this mix is olive oil, salt, pepper, cooking spray, baking sheet, 2 mixing bowls, and a medium nonstick pan. What they bring to this is, of course, the aforesaid salmon. Chopped ginger, green beans, yes, we are back to the green beans, the toasted sesame oil, garlic, teriyaki sauce, and scallions. So, my first thing is to trim and cut up my scallions, and I need to put the pieces of some of the green onions in cold water so that they will curl. Never did this before. And then I mince the rest of the green onions. Then I will trim off the green beans. I will mince the garlic. And I will pat down my salmon and salt with a fourth of a teaspoon of salt and a pinch of pepper. So let's get at it. I'm cutting my green into very thin strips at this point. I hope this comes out the way it's supposed to, because my hands are not as steady as they probably should be for this task. I'm also hoping I don't end up cutting anything. I've been sort of on a disaster program lately. I went roller skating with my godson and bruised my elbow. Yes, I don't need anyone to tell me that at my age I probably should not be roller skating, but you know, it's good exercise, and I will go and do it again. I'll just try to wear elbow pads and knee pads and a helmet and maybe even a butt pad to keep my tailbone from dying. Who knows? But I am not going to let a roller rink beat me, so I will be returning there at some point. I shall skate again. It took me a little bit of time to figure out what these people meant by their thinly sliced strips, but then I realized that looking at the picture that you had to cut them lengthwise. They didn't exactly say that, which is kind of annoying. But then again, a lot of things are these days. You know, the world is just getting a lot more annoying than it was when I was young. Or maybe it's just that I'm getting older and I'm more annoyed by the world than I was when I was younger. When I was younger, it was just the world, and, well, if it didn't make any sense, that was just kind of the world. Now I'm older and I'm like, you know, I should be talking to management about this. This place is completely screwed up. Where do I make a complaint? Oh well. Continuing to slice little thin slices, and then I will pour my cold water on them and see if these little suckers curl up like they're supposed to. With any luck, they will. So, until further notice. Okay, so now we have cold water, which I promptly splashed out of the bowl. Okay, guys, presumably while I'm getting everything else done, they're going to curl. We'll see. Speaking of the world not always being what it should be, there's a song by Meatloaf called I Want My Money Back. It's a great song for when you're just feeling really frustrated with the world. Saying, you know, everything sucks and I want my money back. You know, that life is a lemon. But then again, I look around and I say, if it's a lemon, is it because it's a lemon? Or is it because I'm not doing anything to make it not a lemon? Or is it just because I'm having a bad day that it seems like a lemon? And anytime I start to feel too self-pitying about my life, I just look back in history. Because history will cure you of all self-pity. It really will. Because you look at history and you go, man, I am glad to live where I live, when I live. You know? You look at just about any other age. Any age. Pick it. It was not what it is now. You know, we have so many benefits now. And yet, life's a lemon. So, you know, I have to wonder if the lemon part is our fault. Because we perceive it as a lemon. Or because we let it be a lemon. Just what everybody wanted. Philosophy with their fish. Because it's taking too much energy to cut, it was almost too much energy even to mince the garlic, I've resorted to scissors. I am trimming the ends of my green beans with scissors. Whether this is a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know yet, but hey, there it is. The beans are getting trimmed. And they're all ending up in the trash. The ends, that is, not the beans per se. But they are getting, and I keep missing the bowl. This is not a good day. Let me go recover my beans. Alright, I've got my fish and my beans going on the stove. Technically, they're supposed to be happening in the same pan at different times, but because I know I'm going to have to cook my beans in some water so they'll be tender, I started them at the same time I started my salmon in a different pan. It's all going to come out pretty much the same, I hope. So after the beans have cooked just a little bit, and they're supposed to turn bright green, I figure about the time the salmon's ready to go in the oven, my beans will be ready to have some water added to them. I'm not supposed to disturb the salmon, so I'm just kind of leaving them alone to their own devices over here. Getting on with being a salmon. Salmon are interesting fish. They really are. You know, when you consider the fact that they are spawned, born, go off to adventures in the wild sea, and then they swim home, struggle to get home even, just so that they can give lay their eggs in the same spot they laid their eggs. Their eggs are laid in. It's just a really, really weird thing. At least it is to me. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. But, you know, there it is. Alright, my fish has officially been smacked down. It's looking pretty good, actually. Now, it's supposed to cook for 7 to 10 minutes, so I will give it 7 minutes. And my beans are supposed to cook. Good night alive. I went kind of crazy there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there. You ever have one of those days that really doesn't pay to try and get up out of bed? Meanwhile, my little beans over here are supposed to cook for about 5 minutes. And then I'm going to add the ginger and half the ginger, half the garlic, and cook them till they're aromatic. So we'll continue. I returned to my food preparation area to put this meal together. Hopefully it will turn out well, considering that my brain is only half here. That's a big hope. But here it is. I have to say it looks reasonably good, but looks aren't everything. Come here, fish. Now, I'm supposed to put the sauce on it. Put a little bit more on mine because all right, and my curls, which they did curl. I am rather amazed. They did curl. So there they are. This is what it turned out to be. This is what it's supposed to look like. I would say they came out looking pretty close. Now we'll just see if they taste good. I'll be back. Well, the fish was very good, and I agree, it was very good. The beans were over crisp. They were not that good. And I'll be the first to admit they were not good. But the fish was a definite success, so I'll see you tomorrow, I hope.